INFPs spend so much time in our heads that we treat our bodies like this container for our mind and our ideas. And we don't actually give it the appreciation and caring that it needs until something breaks. We tend to swing between these two extremes: hypochondria, where we super focus on any little issue, any cough means that we are doomed to perish very soon, or we ignore our body completely, and this buildup of day-to-day issues and pains actually gets to the point where we need to call a doctor, and it forces us to stop. This happens because for INFPs, our tertiary function is introverted sensing, and sensing is a perceiving function. It's about gathering information and data through our senses, except it's introverted sensing. So it's our own personal subjective experience of our senses. What this means is that it's an experience that we had, and then we capture it, and then we review it and recall it later. It's not present in the moment. I'm diving into the sensory world. I am the now. I'm going to review and reflect over my memories and my past and my experiences. But because it sits in our third slot, our tertiary function slot, it's really inconsistent. Sometimes we think it's the most important thing in the world, and other times we completely ignore it. And we love extroverted intuition. We love exploring new ideas, new possibilities, imagining what these different connections could be, and innovating new options and new ideas. That is so much more thrilling and compelling for us. So the polar opposite of that is that sensory world of experiences and that reservoir of experiences that we can pull from to innovate and to come up with new ideas. And so the sensory world gets pushed to the side until we feel that it really matters. And I was in this pattern for many years, and it still comes up very often. I did taekwondo when I was younger, and I would hyperextend my knee every time I kicked it. I didn't realize that until I moved to another system, and it wasn't a sensei because it was a Korean system. The Songsaenim told me that I was overextending my knee, and then I realized that I was doing it. I didn't know until I had this external feedback, which is what we're going to talk about coming up soon. Also, through breakdancing, I hurt my knee even more and my wrists, and eventually I pinched a nerve in my spine that even 23 years later, I had to check the date, even 23 years later, it still comes up every once in a while. And it is a cause of other issues in my body. And I'm telling you this because you've probably experienced it too. Maybe it's your posture. Maybe it's your eating and your diet. Maybe it's lack of water. There's something or many things that's probably going on in your life that you haven't really paid attention to. And once you start paying attention to those physical sensations or habits dealing with the body, then you will start to improve your life. We need to take care of our body. We need to upkeep it so that we have our unconscious mind's place to live and we can come up with new ideas. So don't just take it as I just need to eat a little bit to make sure that I don't starve. Like, actually take care of your body and your health, right? So there are two ways that we can go about this. There's an external way and an internal way. And the internal way is way more impactful, but it is kind of harder to start unless you get a lot of momentum with it. So the external way is something that I also recommend within the INFP Masterclass, is to set a trigger in the outer world to remind you to do the thing that is important to you that you want to do. So if it's you want to brush your teeth more, then set an alarm to randomly remind you to check in to see if you're doing the thing that you want to do. So there's an app that I used to use. I don't know if it still exists. It's called Jogger. You can probably find an app similar to it, and it just creates a random alarm between, let's say, 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. And you can choose whatever text you want. So if it's check your posture, or brush your teeth, or drink some water, then you can have that as the alarm, and it will come up randomly, and that trains your mind to anticipate it and think about it more. Or if you have a smartwatch, which mine is downstairs, I can't wear it when I'm filming. Mine reminds me if I've been sitting too long that I should stand up and go for a walk. And sometimes I do, or at least it's top of mind, and I shorten my work period a little bit, and then I go stand up and I go take a walk or I go exercise. It's really helpful to have that external reminder to do the things that are important to you. And the second one is the internal reminders. So if you claim it as your identity that you are a healthy person, that you take care of your body, you treat your body like a temple, then your beliefs are going to follow that, because it feels really uncomfortable if you say that you are something and you don't actually believe that you are that. So you will start to believe that, well, as someone who takes care of your health, then you must, or you likely believe that it's important to eat healthy foods and go for walks and drink water and brush your teeth and check your posture. And because you believe those things, then you start to take different actions, like going for walks and drinking healthy liquids and eating healthy foods. And then your environment kind of fits that. Your schedule adapts to it. Now, like I said, that is the more powerful way, but it is kind of hard to start at the top with identity. So that's why you can use both, and you can set these external reminders to help you take different actions so that your environment changes while you are working on your identity as someone who actually takes care of their body. And just a reminder, your body is like the hardware for the software of your mind. And if you don't take care of the hardware, then the software has nothing to run on. Look, have fun. Peace.